Hi there, Karen here, and today we're going to be working on the cover for the spring journal. As you can see, I've got it cut and ready to go. This is the second piece of that thick card that I was using. I used the same thing for my music journal, and I thought I'd use the other piece for this journal. So it's not, it's kind of a bit soft and squidgy around the edges, but I don't think that really is a problem. I think the only issue with this, because it's quite thick, I'm not going to be able to sew, which I would have preferred to sew the fabric onto the background, but it's just too thick. I don't think my sewing machine will cope, so we'll just have to really glue it well. But first of all, I want to just stick it all together, make it into a single piece. So this is the spine. This is the 2-inch spine, and I've got a few pieces of Tyvek cut ready to go. I'm just going to do a piece each side. I can't remember what I did with the music journal, whether I did one single piece or did it the same. I can't remember, and I haven't bothered to look at my video to see, because I'm just doing what it feels right at the time. And I think for most of this I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac. So I hope it's going to behave today. So I think that's about the sort of width that I want between each piece. So now I just need to glue on the Tyvek onto each join. So let's see how this goes. No, it seems to be keen to come out already, so let's go with it. I think I remember from last time I tried to bend the journal too soon, and before this was dry, or whatever glue I was using, can't even remember. And then I ended up with a little kind of creased bit in the Tyvek, where it would just sort of just had a bend in the middle. So I'm going to make sure I leave this to dry properly before I try to bend it up. That's that piece. This piece I think is an odd piece I had left over, so a little bit wider, but the others are all about 1.25 inches, I think. Don't think it matters on the size. I'm just trying to eke it out and not use too much at a time, because I don't think you need to cover the whole spine. Just make sure that it's joined together. Finish your sentences, woman. I find I do that quite a lot. I start a sentence, but at the same time my brain is on what I'm trying to do. And I have noticed when I've been editing, sometimes I just don't finish what I'm saying. If that happens and it makes no sense, I usually try and edit those bits out if it makes sense to do so. Okay. So, right. Let's turn it over and do the same on the other side. As you see, the other side is a lovely shade of brown, but this is going to be the inside. So now I have to cut my fabric to size. So I think the best way to do that, this is my gorgeous fabric I'm going to use for this journal. A lovely big piece. So just trying to decide which bit to use. I think I want to use this end. So I'm just going to see if I can tear this selvage piece off. And let's see how we go with that. Otherwise I'll just cut it. At least I've got an edge to follow, haven't I? Maybe that's the easiest thing to do. Follow the selvage edge and not try to tear. Because it's got quite a lot of strings already. Well, at least I know that edge is going to be straight. Right, so I think I'm going to turn it upside down and lay this on it, because I should want to allow a little bit either side, but not too much. I don't want it to get too bulky on the corners. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that do the corner folding in thing. I've never tried cutting the corners off. I think, I may have done when I first started making these journals a long time ago. Well, over 3 years ago anyway. I think I did try cutting the corner off, but I'd end up with a bit sticking out, and I just can't chance doing that again. So I feel the need to fold them. Right, I'm going to cut it. Maybe I'll tear it. I'll try tearing it. Okay. Nice spare piece. And again, the other way. Right, so that's... Hang on, which is my straight edge? Which is my straight edge? This looks like the straight edge. That's that edge. No. Lost track of where I am now. Because this it's got a bit of a seam on it. So that's the bottom. Yes. That's the bottom. So I had it round the right way, didn't I? Yes. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's turn it around this way. That's the way it needs to be. And then I need to cut across here. Let's try tearing that piece. Whoops, just knocked my glue over. Oh, doesn't want to tear there. Went so far. Decided no, not doing it anymore. I think it might be across the weave or something. Okay, got it. Oh, made me hot. This is one of those weird days that we had the same thing yesterday. The morning was beautiful sunshine and really warm, and then it clouded over and it was horrible all afternoon. Pouring with rain and grey, and it's hard to know what to wear. Because you start off and you're too hot if you put something warm on. But if you don't, you end up adding more and more layers as the day wears on. Right, now I just need to trim this up a little bit. I think I've got a bit of stitching here where it must have been sewn before. Just need to take these bits of thread off. How are we doing? There's another bit here. I need my seam ripper, don't I? I think I've got all the last bits. No, there's still a few bits sticking out here. Okay. I think there might be a little bit of trimming to do on the way, but I think that's most of the bits of sewing unpicked. Alright, so what we need to do now, oops, take off these bits. Let's see how this looks in here. Actually, I think I want this piece to be the front. So that's the front. and I need to turn it over like that. That's it. Oh, actually I need to glue the front, don't I, first, before I do the turning over. I just need to make sure it's in the right place. Okay, I'm just going to put a load of glue, do one side at a time, that's my usual method. Okay. Right, so I think I might just leave that to dry. And then, can I do the corners? Do I do the sides? I probably could do the sides before we leave it, and then I'll do the inside afterwards. I'll have a think about it. So I think what I want to do, I'm going to try this method again, although it was a little bit, can get a little bit bulky, of folding in my corners. But I think that's the best way to make sure the corners are protected. Otherwise they could end up sticking out. Oops. I do them at a bit of a right angle. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but that seems the neatest way to do it. Right, I've got that all glued down, I think, quite nicely around the edges. And that's the front. So I think that'll be fine. I want to leave this to dry now for maybe a couple of hours, It's nearly lunchtime, so I'll probably come back after lunch, by which time it'll probably be raining. It's lovely and sunny at the moment. And then we'll do the inside cover. I'm just trying to decide if that is the right way to do it, or whether to do all the gluing now. Thinking about it. I've decided I'm going to do the inside cover as well before I go off and have my lunch. So I've got my fabric, and I'm not going to tear it because I want this to lie flat. I'm not going to hem it or anything. I'm just going to glue it on as it is. So I don't want it all curled up at the sides, which it does when you tear. So I've got it laid where I want it. Got to make sure it overlaps completely with the edge of the fabric that's on the front. So I'm just got to try and cut this straight. It's helpful when there's a bit of repeating pattern that you could follow and try to cut it in the same place each time. Right, I made that too small, too big I mean. It's going to go pretty much to the edge, but that's not a bad thing because I haven't made these foldovers very big. So I might just trim a little bit more off, just because when it glues it sort of stretches a little bit. Let's hope this isn't a bad idea. Right, that bit can go. And then I need to cut this bottom piece off. Alright, that looks about right. Although somehow something's not quite straight. So whether it's this edge that's not straight, that's what it is, because I was pretty sure I followed the line of these little tulipy pieces here, so it may not be perfect, but it should be straightish, that side. So I might just need to trim it a little on this side to straighten that up. Right, okay, so now we're there. And we've got to get gluing again. So I'll do the same as before, half at a time, or a section at a time. So Fabri-Tac, same as before. And then I'll turn the camera off, you don't need to see me doing this again, and I will come back when it's all dry and ready to fold, and we'll see how that goes. Right, I'm back, I've had lunch, my cover's all dry, and while I was waiting for it to dry, I just sat and made a few of these little clusters here. I thought they might just go in the journal at some point, may not use them all, but I'll put them in my fabric cluster book, and then they're ready to go when I want to use them. They just need little toppers on or something just to finish them off. I might sew them actually. I might put a line of sewing through them as well. So I'm just going to pop them in this little tray here, little sauce or whatever it is. and I'll possibly run the sewing machine over them a bit later. But I like doing those. They're so easy. It took me about half an hour. But in the meantime, this is all nice and dry. So now we've got to see if it'll bend now. So I've got my bone folder. Got to find the little divot where the join is. So I think that looks like it's going to bend okay. Okay, and we'll do the other one. That's it. I was also thinking, where's it gone? What I quite like to do to finish it off is to put some, where is it? I've got a piece of fabric I quite like to put down the middle. A piece of this, just because I think this is very busy, and I think just having this either side of the signatures might just be calming. I might even finish it with a little bit of lace at the edges because it's not entirely straight. In fact, this bottom piece is decidedly not straight, so I'm just going to just tidy this up a little bit. But yeah, I just felt it needed something down that middle to finish it off. Okay, where'd that go? Went there. So I think I might do that. But I don't know whether I need to do it right now, because what I want to do now, so, I mean, because then we'll have to let this dry again, won't we? Because I didn't think of it till after. But I think I'd like to possibly do oh, look at that, that's a substantial journal. Let's have a look at finishing this off with the topper, and I am going to put, or try and put, an eyelet in the middle so I can do my closure. I want to do that before I do anything else, really, so that it's, because I left it too late with the music journal, and there were just too many layers to get the hole punch through. So I think that's what I want to do first. So hopefully, calling this the big bite means it's got a big bite. I mean, I think that means it's got a deep one. I'm not sure how many layers it will punch through, but we'll give it a try. So I need my ruler and a little, just to mark so I know where to punch my hole. And we'll put some eyelets on as well. And then I haven't got to worry about how I'm going to close it then, will I? So 9 inches, so I need to just mark this at 4.5. Maybe if I flatten it out again, that might be easier. 4.5. It needs to be about there. So that's what I'm going to do, and that will tell me if I get this through okay on here. That means I'll be okay to do my spine as well, to punch the holes in the spine. Because that's what I was a bit concerned about, whether it'd be too thick. And I know I'm going to add another layer, but hopefully it's only a thin one. Now, have I got... Not only can this do it, have I got the strength to push it through? I'll have to stand up. Oh, so easy. Knife through butter. That is such a good tool. So now I have to put the hole, matching hole, the other side. So I'm just going to do a little mark. I can see it. Was that it? As long as it's central. At 4.5. Make it there, I think. Just a little bit in from the side. Ooh, this needs a bit of gluing. Where I've done it right on the edge of that fabric. Let's trim it a bit. I will put some lace on. What I might do is put the lace on over the top and then punch a hole again or something, or put the lace on that it won't really affect it. But I think I would like, just a case of whether I put the lace on the other side or this side. But I need to do that before I put the eyelet in, don't I, of course. Or I do either side of the eyelet. Let's see. Once I put the lace down, that's it. Okay, so I've got that. Oops. I've got it about just over, was about 3/8 to the middle of the hole. Let's just check I've got the distance about right. Yeah, it's close enough. Doesn't have to be exact, as long as it's more or less in the same place, because as it's got such a big spine, it's not going to go completely together anyway. Okay, let's do this. Where's the... Okay. I had to do it the other way with this one, so well, it's come out fairly clean. So now, make sure I keep this the right way up this time, after my disaster with the music journal. So I'll need that handy because I am going to put the eyelets on, but do I put some lace on first? Let's see what I've got. I need to have something fairly thin. I could use this because I do love this, but it's quite wide. Do I really need it to be this wide? I don't know. You can see me using this all up in no time, but it is so pretty. And I can just trim off a little bit there. How does that look with that sticking out at the side? Try again. Does look really pretty. See if I've got a narrower one that will work as well. I've got one that's very similar, but it hasn't got the scallop, but it is narrower. But it won't show up as well on the side. Keep looking. No, this is the one I like. So this is the one I'm going to use, but I will trim off the edge a bit. And then I'll just have to go through the lace with the hole, punch through the hole again. Okay. I probably should have ordered double the amount of this, but never mind. I have got some more lace on the way. I can't even remember what I've ordered from another Etsy shop. It's finally being dispatched, so it's taken quite a long while. It's only a UK company, but seem to have, perhaps they've got a lot of orders, but they've taken a long time to actually dispatch my order. Because I ordered them at the same time as this, and I've used a lot of this already. piece off. And I'm just going to put that along there with that lovely scallopy edge just poking out the other side. So let's do it. Let's see how that looks on the other side. Make sure it's all even, and this bit needs pulling out a little bit. Make sure the scallop is showing to the same extent. Turn this up a little bit. Okay. That. Love it, love it, love it. Just might just put a little bit more glue along that edge. Okay. Right, so we need to give that a chance to dry. So in the meantime, I'll put my eyelet on the other side. Let's get the eyelets out. Right, let's see what colour would work best in here. Don't know if the pinks will work. I'm opening the right side. Yep. Could try. Yeah, let's get just get my tweezers. How to get this one out. So I've got that colour. That pink would work, I think. Are they the same colour? Whoops, I've got two there. Not that one. Let's check they're the same colour, because I've been caught out like that before. I thought I'd picked up two the same and they weren't. Yep, they're the same. I think they will go quite well. At least now I've got the lace on the front. I'm not going to get the journal cover upside down, hopefully, anymore. Oh, again, after last time. Still traumatised. Alright, let's put my eyelet in there. I don't know what I'm going to use as the closure yet. You know, as the, would it be sorry silk or lace or ribbon? Not sure. Get that lined up. Okay. That looks as if it's in okay. Yeah, I think it's alright. It's a little bit thick, but it seems to have grabbed. Hope it'll go through all this. So I've now got to try and redo that hole. See where it is. Maybe I'll do it from the other side so I can actually see the hole. Right, we have a hole. well, we have an impression of a hole. I think the lace has been, yeah, I think a little hole has been created. Let's just take that piece of lace off there. All right, let's try and get this eyelet on. Could do with being a little bit longer, couldn't it? Because it's only just going to fit, I think. We will see. All right. Line him up. Make sure I've got it on the right bit. I think I have. Oh, it's just that extra layer. I'm hoping it's going to work. I need to stand up, I think, for this one. Ooh, give it a good old press and hope that it's catching. And it looks all right on the front. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Doesn't look in any immediate danger of falling out anyway. Wow, this is a big journal. It's going to take some filling. And I just wanted to see, is it the same size as the other one? I just thought I'd compare it with the music journal, see if it's the same size. I think it is. I think it is. Okay, these are the biggest journals I've ever made. And that was down to that cardboard liner I had from some curtains. Oops, a while ago. Okay. Right, so that's that. Now we need to put our topper on, don't we? That we made. Trying to find it. There it is. I'm going to have to lie this flat because it's just going to keep popping up. Okay. So, where's the bend? It's there. So I've just got to make sure. So that, oh, it's upside down. That would be good, wouldn't it? I'd put the topper on upside down instead of the liner, which I did before. Now, I'm thinking, in fact, what am I going to do? I really want some lace here over the spine, but I don't want to put the lace on until I've sewn in the signatures. And then it's a case of, does the lace go under the topper or over the topper? I feel like it needs a bit of lace underneath here as a sort of softening edge. Maybe I'll just put a little piece either side of the topper itself, and then we'll put the lace over this, over the sewing in, and put the topper on top. But I do want a little lacy edge. See if I can find something that would work. And I've got lace in here, but I do feel it needs something here. I have this one. There's not much of it left, but it might just be what I need. This is the one I had from Rhonda a while ago, and it might just be enough just to finish that topper off. Don't know, do I put the topper on top or underneath? Always the question. Do we do it like that? And you've still got this rough edge, that's what I'm concerned about. Or shall I just put it along that edge to hide the roughness. Tuck it right in there, and that will just... I'll probably take this edge off, as you do. Don't know if it's big enough. I think I need something a bit wider. A bit wider. I've got this, which might be okay. Or do I go for white? I might go for a white one just as to really stand out, because this is too blendy. It's blending in. I always reach for the cream colours and the pale ivories, and sometimes you just need a white. And I have plenty of those. And I don't very often remember to use them. Alright, just go through the white. Okay, I've got a few options here. I'm thinking at the moment this is a favourite. Let's see how this looks. Oh, this is the double scallop edge. Now when I want one, I can't always find one. But I don't know if this needs to be double. No, it's not quite what I'm looking for. It's always the way. Never find quite what you're looking for. Now, if I were to put that under here, how would that look? Tuck it right under. Now we're losing too much of the pink. Oh, right. I think that's not going to work. I think maybe I need to put it on top. Otherwise, if we cover all of it, then I'm going to lose all of that lovely pink. But I think that might be okay underneath. Yeah, I think so. Just trim it there and do another piece the other side. I know it's facing the wrong way, just doing it for length. Right, okay. And just when I thought this was finished, there's always more you can add, isn't there? Always more. Right, a little bit of glue on the edge. Okay, so we have our little scallopy edge, upside down, of course. And now we just need to glue it onto the cover. So there it is. Just get that there. Just check it's, well, it might stick out a little bit. I wonder if I can do it so that if I can just get that little scallopy bit to go around the hole there, it won't interfere too much. Let's scooch it over a little. But I still might want to put some lace under this, under here. So I think for now I'm not going to glue this on until we've decided if we need anything to cover. It depends on how neat the sewing is. But I think I'll leave it like that for today. You can see how it's going to look, and it will have its cover on at some point. In fact, I might move it up that way a bit more. Don't know. See how it goes. So thank you for joining me today. Yeah, I think this cover's turned out okay. I'm quite happy with it. And we'll carry on working in this journal in the next video. Sorry, that was just caught under there. Don't want it to glue itself. Yeah, we'll carry on in the next journal. The next video. So bye for now.